A concept so nice, we've decided to do it twice. Let's check out the Guitar Guitar exclusive Fender Player 2 roasted guitars. For anyone who's been following the Guitar Guitar YouTube channel for a while, you may actually recognise these guitars, and that's a great reminder that you should like and subscribe this video and hit the bell icon and hit all the usual YouTube stuff. I got out of the way nice and early there in the video. But essentially what these are is these are upgraded Mexican player guitars from Fender. Now, we initially did an upgrade on the Player 1, but we've decided to do it on the Player 2 series as well. And there's a couple of really cool upgrades on here that we think a lot of players will really enjoy. But first and foremost, if you're not aware, the Player 2 series is an upgraded series of the Player, which is Fender's sort of standard Mexican range. Now, very quick fire, let's go through what those upgrades were. We have rolled fingerboard edges, we have the return of rosewood, we have some classic gear tuners, and an upgraded tremolo. That's about as much as you really need to know, because what we're going to be focusing on are a couple of major upgrades that we've made to these guitars. The one's probably rather obvious to you just from the look of it, but we have roasted all these necks, and it's not meant that we've shouted at them and slagged them off. That's my terrible joke for the video as well, but these have been roasted. You can see just how stunning these necks have actually turned out, and these are still those rolled fingerboard edges. It's the same on that Stratocaster behind me. It's the same as that Telecaster as well. Don't worry, they will get their time in the sun. But my favourite upgrade when it comes to these guitars is the pickups have all been switched out for custom shop pickups. Now, the ones that are in the Stratocasters are the custom shop BAT 50s set. And if this isn't just classic Stratocaster, then I don't know what is. Now, of course, they're going to handle that big fuzzy fuzzness really well, but the thing that I particularly love about these pickups is just their dynamic range. That's kind of, you know, when you're playing that kind of like really soft, sort of delicate stratty vibe, let's go to that, you know, neck pickup. It's sort of the classic sort of configuration with that. But if I move to like my fingers here, you'll see that nice and delicate, nice and gentle, nice and good. But then obviously if you get like a plectrum and then you start kind of digging in more, it's going to give you just like a kind of a different sort of palette to work with. Now that sort of upgrade to your guitar, you know, changing the pickups out, and you know, the possibilities with Fender actually these days is you can buy necks that you can switch out for it. But That's just an immediate sort of like step up, I feel. It's the biggest difference I find with, like, you know, some quote unquote sort of professional grade instruments is usually what you're finding is that it's just going to be the kind of change in the pickups really with it. And don't get me wrong, you know, build quality, that certainly comes into it, and, you know, where it's made and all that. But if you want to make kind of the biggest impact to your tone, change those pickups out. That's going to give you just immediate sort of like new inspiration and some new sort of vibes to work with, while still obviously retaining the guitar that you still love. Now, obviously, looking at the Tele, this has still got some of those features of the Player 2s. Obviously, it doesn't have a trem, so that's not been upgraded on here, but it does have the rolled fingerboard edges on the neck and the kind of classic gear tuners. But again, let's talk about these pickups. These are custom shop 51 no-caster pickups. Now, again, classic Tele sound. We're not messing around here. This is just, you think of a Telecaster, this is the tone that's going to pop into your head. So not only do those pickups sound sick as well, but that also shows that the Telecaster can sort of handle anything that you throw at it, which obviously by just upgrading those pickups, you're just going to be able to do so much more and more. Now, to sort of reiterate again, the Player 2s are absolutely phenomenal guitars. Like, I wouldn't have any bother with playing one of those on stage every single night, even taking it out on tour or anything. But kind of like I was saying just right at the start of the video, one of the easiest things that you can do to upgrade your guitar and, you know, to not real feel-wise, is to change the pickups out of that, just because that's what's going to completely shift the sort of tonal quality of it. But then if you are going to be looking for sort of feel-wise, then a roasted maple neck on it has just got this very distinct feel. It's just so smooth, it's so just durable as well. That's kind of one of the reasons that they roast them. It's to just get all the moisture out as well, and it's meant to just like really just kind of make them super, super solid. But we're super happy with these guitars. It was so cool when the first batch of the Player 1 series came. And we just had this real good comparison, so that if you did come into the store and you were maybe looking at one of these guitars, you were able to have just a bog standard Player series and one of the upgraded roasted Player series as well. And we're really happy to be able to do that with the Player 2s as well, because it just means that if you do just want that slight step up, you've got it right there. But hopefully this gives you an idea of what you can do with these guitars and all the upgrades that we have made to them, because we are very, very excited to see them out in the shop. So if you do see one of them, give them a little try. They're absolutely stunning, and I just can't get over how these pickups sound. But until next time, I've been Kieran, and this has just been a very, very quick look at our brand new Fender Player 2 Guitar exclusive roasted guitars. Have a great day.